Sure.
Tigers' maturity. Well, he shaped his shots. It looks like the NBA is taking shape in Oklahoma City. A big deal went down this week. The Sonics bought by a group of 5 investors from Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Clayton Bennett led that group, and it really came out of nowhere. A lot of us thought we kind of knew what was going on, and no one did. Just out of nowhere, a press conference called up in Seattle, and what's going to happen next, we don't know. A lot of people think it's automatic that the Sonics are headed this way, but the Hornets, of course, are going to be here this year, and the following year, who knows? We may have no one here. The Sonics, of course, have an arena issue up there. The city has not provided a lease that is going to be workable, it appears, and then also following that, they may have to come up with a new arena. But, Mike, it does not look good for the city of Seattle right now, which means it could look doubly good for Oklahoma City.
Well, the folks have voted down a couple of proposals for new arenas to kind of get with the rest of the NBA with the luxury suites, so on and so forth. Toby Rowland had a chance to sit down with part of the new ownership, Clay Bennett.
You have certainly heard the criticism or the skepticism over the last couple of days that not only is it doubtful that you can make it work in Seattle, but perhaps you really don't want it to work in Seattle because you ultimately want this team to come to Oklahoma City. What would your reaction be to that?
Well, I think that's the disappointment I had. It may be that we can't be successful. It may be that the Sonics don't stay because we weren't able to be successful in bringing forth a successor venue. That's very different than our intentions being we're just there to take the team and all of this is a charade.
You're a competitive guy. I'm going to imagine that the fact that people look skeptically on your reasons behind buying this team perhaps has made you want to succeed even more over the course of the next 12 months. True?
Well, that's true. In fact, we joked with our group that we were going to put some of those newspaper headlines in the front of the book that told the story of our success in Seattle.
What kind of owner do you think you'll be? We all see Mark Cuban on the sidelines. Will you be down front cheering and wearing jerseys and yelling at the referees?
I don't think my family would allow that, and I don't have the inclination to do that. I think I'm going to prefer to kind of be in the back a little bit and just see it unfold.
You said on Thursday at the press conference that if it absolutely can't work and you've exhausted all options in Seattle and Oklahoma City was open, it would be your preference that the team would come to Oklahoma City. Is that a guarantee for the people of Oklahoma City?
Well, I never say guarantee, but I think given the structure of our ownership group, it'd be pretty clear where we want to be.
Yesterday, there were 2 press conferences by 2 NBA teams in Oklahoma City. Are you astonished by that and amazed at what the city has done in the last year?
I'm very proud of that. I know that. I mean, this city has come so far. The results have been nothing short of staggering.
What is the chance that 2 years from now we're sitting here and you are the owner of the Oklahoma City Sonics?
I don't know. I do not know. I've thought about what I think the odds are, and they change every 10 minutes.
And Toby Rowland, nice job in getting that. And Clay Bennett did a nice job at the press conference, I believe. And one of the people at the press conference joins us right now, Gard Swanson. Gard, thanks for joining us at KIRO, our sister station up in Seattle, the CBS affiliate. How are you tonight?
Dean, I am good. It's like Oklahoma weather up here. It's like 95 degrees and a lot of humidity. It feels like I'm on the East Coast or down where you guys are.
Well, we've had it about 107, so we have swapped out with you. And Gard, give us your take on all of this. I presume you were at the press conference. I know you're up on all of it. What do you make of it?
Well, I will tell you this right now, just from a gut feeling. I've been in this market for 13 years. The Supersonics will play here one more season, and then they're either going to end up in Bellevue, which is just east of Seattle, across the lake. But my gut feeling is, I think that Oklahoma City is going to have a new NBA franchise, the Oklahoma City Sonics. That's what I personally think. Today, in one of the major newspapers up here, the PI, they did a poll. It's kind of an unscientific poll, but 70% of the people in Seattle said, we don't care about the Sonics. They can go ahead and leave. They don't want to spend any more money. They just would rather see the team leave than fork out a bunch of cash to keep them here with a new arena.
Guard Mike Wolf here. Just talk about the viability of moving to like a Bellevue or another suburb like some of the other franchises across the country have done.
Well, you know how expensive it is to build an arena. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars. What's the crazy thing is that Howard Schultz, the former owner of the Sonics, went to the city of Seattle and said, hey, look, we need $220 million to rebuild an arena that was just built 10 years ago. They want more luxury boxes. They want it to hold more people. Right now, the Key Arena only holds 17,000 people. I don't think it's going to happen in Bellevue. I know there's a huge fan base over there for the Sonics. My gut feeling says that Oklahoma City will have an NBA franchise.
You know, of course, we love hearing you say that, and then we have another Hornets issue, which we like having that problem, Guard. But how in the world can Seattle, with a franchise that's been that successful, how can you tell us that 7 out of 10 people don't care and that they can't get this thing pulled? I'd be so frustrated if I were you and a serious sports fan.
Well, here's something else that I just learned a short while ago. You might remember for the 2012 Olympic Games, a lot of cities, a lot of big cities around the country, around the world wanted the Summer Games. Well, a couple of groups got together here in Seattle, and you know what they said? They said, we don't care. It's going to be a big hassle. So they put a stop to the Olympics coming here. They don't care about the Sonics. This is a very diverse city, and maybe the city of Seattle is getting a little too big for its britches. But right now, you put your ear to the ground, and no one really cares about the Sonics right now. 30% maybe with a core group, but the other 70%, so diverse, so many other things to do here. You have Microsoft, you have Boeing, you have Amazon.com, you have Nintendo, you have Starbucks, for gosh sakes. A lot of things happening in this city besides NBA basketball.
But Guard, does it basically come down to cost? You spent $587 million on Safeco and over $360 million on Quest. Just no more dollars out there?
Well, people are sick of it. You know, back in the early 90s, the Seahawks say, okay, if you don't build me a new stadium, we're going to pack up. They actually put all their gear into a couple of moving vans and decided to leave. Well, they got stopped on the freeway and turned around. A few years later, John Ellis, the chairman of the Mariners, said, I'm selling the team unless I get a new stadium. So the city of Seattle is tired, at least the people here are tired of having a gun held to its head. It's just not going to happen. I'm telling you, it ain't going to happen here.
All right, Guard. Hey, thanks for your time. And if it does, trust us, the owners will be straight shooters with you. You'll enjoy them.
Hey, dude, just do me a favor. Get rid of this hot weather up here, okay? That's what people are complaining about. They don't care about the Sonics. They're tired of the sun.
All right, man. If they don't like the sports that much, we just hope you can keep a job up there. Just sports guys don't have jobs around the country now because nobody cares.
Hey, dude, don't forget. Hey, the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl, and the Mariners are finally starting to play a little competitive baseball right now.
All right, Guard. Thanks a lot.
You got it.
Thanks, Guard. Well, the Hornets, that kind of creates a whole nother mixture. You got the Hornets playing one more season for sure. George Shinn already talking about the 6 games in in New Orleans next year. They've sold out, I believe, 80% of the season ticket holders have bought tickets for that package from the 2004-05 season.
I think one of the things that happens is that he loses his leverage. And I thought it was interesting the other day. He caught quite a bit of heat around here because apparently talking down in New Orleans, wanting to get the first game of the season down there. That might sound good. It might be something that is appropriate. People in Oklahoma City, though, are kind of tired of that type of thinking. And now that Seattle is a viable alternative, I say that it is. There's a good chance that it will be. You know, the Hornets, we want that thing to work out. I hope they stay. Chris Paul, Byron Scott, great group of guys. We want it to work out. But if it doesn't, it looks like there's a fallback plan.
That's right. Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got the Blitz Report. We're also going to talk some football. Some of the state's quarterbacks get